days of that thing that happens in Zoe. Oh yeah, the Swag Festival. And it was the last days of Swag, and I was just getting ready to leave Swag, and I got a phone call from Annie. And Annie is like 7 feet tall. And the last time I saw her, she was in Fort Myers, Florida, and I walked into the house. And there's some dude crawling the walls like this. I'm like, hey man, what are you doing? He says, I'm Dexon. I go, you sure are. And then I walk into the other room, and there's Annie, and she's spray painting her tongue orange. And I said, Annie, what are you doing? And she says, I'm on my way to an insane clown crazy party. I'm like, well, you sure are. And I hadn't heard from her for a long time since then. And she calls up when I'm at the Swag, and she says, hey, I want to buy you a ticket for April Fool's to come to Eugene. And I said, sure, that sounds great. So she flies me into Eugene on April Fool's, and nothing happened on the plane. But when I get to there, she has this Fox Jetta, which is like a little car, and it has a stick shift. And I'm like, oh, and she wanted to go to Burrito Boy. And I said, oh, yeah, I want to go to Burrito Boy. That sounds great, Burrito Boy. And so I get in her Fox Jetta, and I start trying to fill out the stick shift, and she says, we don't really know it, the stick shift like I do, so I'll drive the car to the Burrito Boy. And I said, that sounds great. Then all of a sudden, she was doing 1.0 miles an hour in first gear, and we went crashing to the garage and splintering. And we got driving through the garage, running over the bicycle. We're splintering through the other garage and crashing through the neighbor's fence, and the neighbor comes out and screams, turn off the fucking car! So I turned off the car, and the whole entire time I was just screaming as loud as I could, Annie, 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 cut.